Hi, I'm Abigail Hirsch with Bio, and we are live from the 2013 Bio International Convention in the Buzz Center. I'm joined by Dr. Timothy Triche, Director, Center for Personalized Medicine, Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
So to kick it off, we just want to talk about why you're here and what you hope to get out of the convention.
Sure. I'm here to participate in the Rare Diseases Summit, where a group of us from these top children's hospitals will be talking about the work we've been doing at our hospitals to advance diagnostics and therapeutics in pediatric disease.
Great. And what makes Children's Hospital of Los Angeles attractive for biopharmaceutical tech companies?
I think the first and foremost feature is that we have a very large patient population, seeing over 350,000 patients a year. And when you pair that with our very substantial research infrastructure that's focused on translational research to actually produce useful diagnostics and therapeutics based on studies of that patient population, it represents a unique opportunity for partnering with the biotech and biopharmaceutical industry.
And while we're in the Buzz Center, I understand the new buzz is that it's cheaper and easier to do clinical trials in other countries. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
In a disease like pediatric disease, which is a rare disease, that may not necessarily be the case. It's probably better to focus on well-designed, clearly focused trials of smaller patient populations that we see in pediatric disease. And those are probably best done locally with perhaps some collaborators at other children's hospitals, often in a regional manner, as opposed to attempting to conduct trials like this internationally where you really don't have control over clinical parameters, therapeutic design, IRB approvals, and all of that. So in the end, it may appear cheaper. When the smoke settles, it's probably less expensive with better results to do it at home.
Okay, great. And what can you tell me, what are the advantages about the orphan drug development?
Sure, well, our disadvantage is that we work with a rare disease, so we don't have thousands of patients to put on a protocol.
Right.
Adult trials often will do that. We're much better off in rare diseases to focus on smaller trials with very clear-cut endpoints and evidence of therapeutic efficacy or diagnostic efficiency. And we can do that with rare diseases because you can get approval much more rapidly, perhaps in 12 to 18 months, as opposed to the much longer approval period and greater expense for doing the same thing in adult trials.
Right. And what are you working on currently?
Well, I'm very interested in the application of what we call personalized medicine, specifically the use of genomic tools to identify features in patient populations that might guide more precise diagnostics and particularly effective therapies as opposed to more or less subjective, randomly chosen therapies that may or may not work. Often you don't know why a drug works, but if you understand the patient, you know their genetic background, and you can pair that with outcome data based on therapy, you now know why a drug works and thus when to use it in the future. And that's what we try to do.
Right. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
To hear more, follow the conversation at the 2013 Bio International Convention Buzz Center.